What's a basic life skill your parents refused to teach you? My mother didn't teach me how to use a fricking debit card. I had so much anxiety being forced to go into the store with her card not knowing what to do. Nor did she teach me how to build credit. Basically refused or put off any and everything that required me to be independent or helped me learn independence.
They refused me to teach me how to drive. They said it's no use because I will get in a car accident if I drive, so they will drive me everywhere instead. It was all an effort to control me. Whenever I did practice driving with them, my mom would scream the whole time in the car, so I couldn't learn.
My parents wouldn't allow any physical activity or play because I might get hurt. My parents barely let me drive, and later my fiancé then husband wouldn't let me drive. Now I am single.
My GC brother was taught how to drive and given 4 cars. He crashed most of them, one that I was in the car with him at the time. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The last car he had at 25 was a filthy cockroach-infested mess and expected mom to clean it for him. He wound up impounding it for money. Never even taught me how to drive. I learned mostly through friends. Since I was a teen runaway without a license, I was mostly able to get by via mass transit. I remember once when my mom wanted me to take her to get cigarettes when I had my permit. On the way there, I stopped at a residential road to help a tortoise munching on some leaves. She screamed at me and then proceeded to blow cigarette smoke in my face on the way back. Needless to say, she's not a part of my life anymore. I'm 33 and I'm getting my license for the first time ever next year.
First time I used a debit card, I did it wrong, and the cashier told me to flip it around. I felt like such a fool. There are so many things. How to do taxes, how to find a living space, when to get a tire changed, how to brush my own hair, how to do makeup, how to bathe properly, etc. The worst was not teaching me how to be an adult. College applications, how to apply for a job. Nope. But she sure would yell at me for being stupid because I didn't know.
My parents didn't teach me some of those things either. It never even occurred to me that parents are meant to help their kids find jobs and show them how to do it. But then, maybe it would explain why I had just a hard time right off the bat. They didn't help me with applying to college or my decision to not go to uni either. I legit had no clue it was expected of them to. Thank you. I was trying to remember anything either of my parents actually taught me, and you reminded me my father taught me how to change a tire and change oil. Only once for the oil thing. But hey, it was something. I taught myself to potty train. My mother didn't see the point, despite my aunt pressuring her to try. The teenager next door taught me to walk. My mother didn't see the point in letting me run around when my older brother was so much of a handful already.
Anything financial they refused to teach me. They lied to me about money that my grandparents left me when they passed away, saying it was their money and that they were being nice by spending any of it on me. They were constantly on me about learning to budget and save my money, but refused to have any transparency with me about our finances. And now that I'm an adult, I have had to teach myself just about everything. The only thing they helped me with was opening a checking account, and I was 20 years old. It was so embarrassing having no clue how to do any of it myself. Looking back on it, it wasn't that it would have been difficult to do for myself. It was that they always made me scared that financial matters were too complicated and stressful for me to grasp. So I believed them. They always made it seem like they were doing me a massive favor by keeping me uneducated and confused about money. They intentionally made me more dependent on them for information about financial responsibility so that I wouldn't detach more. But it didn't work, and I'm no contact with them anyway, lol.
My mom never taught me to cook, and then she would get really angry as I got older because I couldn't cook. I'd ask to help with dinner, and she'd shoo me out of the kitchen and tell me to go watch TV with my brothers. The kitchen was her domain. You couldn't move in there without her in your way. My dad taught me some super basics, and my first meal I learned to make was spaghetti bolognese when I was 18. I've learned heaps from my husband, who is a natural cook. He was opposite, basically left to fend for himself as soon as he could reach the bench.
Don't know how to do taxes. She vaguely tried to teach me once when I was like 25, 26, but she did it so fast, or rather not at my rhythm. I learned at like 27 how to deal with utilities, and I still struggle. And to be honest, if I hadn't learned how to do bills at school, I'm not sure my mum would have ever bothered. She never taught me how to iron anything. It's okay, I don't mind, but funnily enough, I still had to pay a rent and do a lot of the cooking and cleaning, Tilda. She never taught me how to love myself or rest, Tilda.